Hey everybody, well here's a map of the face. Okay, so we did discuss the map already, but that's all the different zones of the face. So we're cutting the face in half, and then we have 5 zones on the forehead. And you want to end right where you feel the soft temple. That's where the zones end. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zones. And then you can, if you want to, you can kind of support your finger, but you're not using a lot of pressure, so you don't have to. And each zone, we're going up each zone 3 times. And your intention as you're going through each zone is you're clearing each zone. So this is the second zone, and we're going up 3 times. And you should, I'm kind of looking at the camera every once in a while, but you should try to relax and close your eyes as you do this. And if you find a sore spot, you can stop and spend some time on it. Of course, I'm not doing that because I'm demoing, but as you do it to yourself, when you find a sore spot, you should stop and kind of spend a little time on it. We're in the 4th zone. Now we're going to the 5th zone, which is right before you get to the temple. Doing it 3 times. And the intention is to clear. And then see, there's your temple. That's what you want to avoid. You don't want to go that far. Okay. And now we're going into the 2nd zone, which is right at the eyebrow, and then under the eye as well. So the whole orbit of the eye is your 2nd zone. Of course, you're not going directly over the eye. So you use your thumb and you start right at the inner corner of your eye there, and you are not doing a lot of pressure. The eyebrow area can be very slippery. The tissues are kind of slippery, and you don't want to like slip and poke your eye. So it's gentle and slow and careful. And you're doing this 3 times, clearing this zone. And it feels really good if you've had some sinus issues going on. And now we're going into right along the bone of your eye socket underneath. And 3 times. And you're gentle. This is really good for puffiness. It helps if your eyes get puffy. Helps clear out the lymphatics and the sinuses under your eyes. Now we're going to the 3rd zone. Oh, I'm sorry. First, we're going to rub our temples. Make sure to finish off the area, and it's very relaxing. Now we're going to start with the 2nd zone, which is right at the bridge of your nose, but you're not on your nose. You're right next to your nose. And you're going along just the top of the zygomatic process. And it goes from the top of your zygomatic process to your center of your lip is where that 2nd zone is. So bridge of your nose across the top of your cheekbone and then to the center of your lip. And you can use 2 to 3 fingers here if you would like. Kind of feels good and takes a little pressure so you're not just using one finger a lot. And every zone is three times for every zone. It kind of guarantees that you get every section. And zone 3 is kind of your waistline zone. So zone 3 includes liver, gallbladder, pancreas, stomach, spleen, adrenal, kidneys, solar plexus, thoracic spine. Okay, so now we're going to the 4th zone, which starts right at your center lip there. If you have a tight jaw, you're going to feel some spots in here. And it's very nice to just kind of stop and relax if you find a tender spot. Okay, now we're going to the center of your bottom lip and straight across 3 times. And this 4th zone includes large intestine, small intestine, your ureters, bladder, reproductive system, kidney, lymph, hip, knee, leg, and lumbar. Now we're going to the 5th zone, and there's also 3 sections under there as well. It's the top of the jaw, the middle of the jaw, and under the jaw. So we can start with 2 fingers right in the middle of your chin. And you're going to go right across, right above the top of your jaw. You can kind of feel the top of the jawbone there. But all of these 3, you're actually touching your jawbone for these 3. And it's pretty easy if you just remember there's 5 sections, and the top at your forehead is 5 vertical zones, and then each of the other sections has 3. Okay, so now we're in the center of the jaw, going across 3 times. Oh, I'm sorry. And then we use our thumb to get underneath in that bottom section. And this these 5th zones is sciatic nerve, sacral, coccyx, legs, and lower back. Now, when we do this on clients, you're going to start with some nice hot towels, and you could add some lovely essential oils to make the experience even better. And then you would do the other side of the face. And that would be it. After, you're going to do the other side. So you have the 5 sections on the forehead. And you can protect your finger if you want to support it. I'm going up the center of the forehead 3 times. Clearing each zone. In this zone is brain, skull, sinus, eyes, teeth, jaw, ears, thyroid, muscles of the head and face and cervical spine is located in all of these forehead zones. I think we're in the third zone now. Third vertical zone of the forehead. Now going to the fourth vertical zone of the forehead. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're in that last zone on the forehead. 1, 2, and 3. I might have counted wrong. No? Okay. So now we're going to along the orbit. Remember, you use your thumb and you're gentle along your eyebrow ridge because it can be kind of squishy and slippery. This is the third time we're clearing that area. And now we're going underneath with you can use 1 or 2 fingers here along your eye underneath. Like 3 times, clearing all these zones. And these zones are shoulder, lung, ribs, thymus, arm, diaphragm, lymph drainage, and thoracic. All right, so now we're going to the third zone. And the third zone is liver, gallbladder, pancreas, stomach, spleen, adrenal, kidney, solar plexus, and thoracic spine. And you can go slower than this. If you find a spot, you can stop and spend some time on it. So the great thing about reflexology is you don't need to memorize what all of these mean. If you just have a routine and you go over each area when you find a sore spot, you can look it up on your chart and see what that spot corresponds to. And I really find that is the best way to do it. It's better to have a routine where you hit all the spots, and then when you find a sore spot, check it out and see what it was. Okay, so now we're starting at the lip, going across the last area of the third horizontal zone. Now we're at the center of the lip. Going across 3 times. We are in the 4th section, which is large intestine, half of the transverse on the left side, small intestine, ureter, bladder, reproductive, lower half of kidney, lymph, hip, knee, leg, and lumbar. Okay, now we are in that 4th zone here. center of the chin, going across. This is where you might feel some very sore, like jaw points. And if you feel something, just stop, relax. Okay, now we're like in the center of the jaw there, and there's 3 horizontal lines in this zone. So we're in the first of the horizontal lines. You're going across 3 times. You can use 2 fingers or you can use 3 fingers. Going across 3 times. Now we're on the middle part of that jawbone in your 5th horizontal line. Now you can use your thumb to get under your jaw and go across 3 times. This is your last horizontal zone here. And that's it.